Hey there everybody. Guess where we're going to start? We're going to start with the marine traffic map down here in the Southern Ocean. We had a look at the marine traffic map the other day when we were looking at Ireland, ports and ships. As you can see, these are all ships, all registered, all crossing the ocean, and each one has to send out its signal. Now, what you can see down here is what people call Antarctica ice shelf, okay? So, what the fuck is this? And what the fuck is this? And this? These are ships. What are they doing 500 miles stuck into the ice? So this ship here has been picked out, right? It has to give off a signal, it has to transpond, it has to let the marine traffic map know where it is, and it isn't going to lie as to where it is. The lie here is all this white stuff, yeah? So we go in and we have a little look at this particular boat. So it can be pulled up and then it gives out its details. It has to tell you what it is, yeah? So when they get into the details of the ship, you know, 300-400 miles down into the Antarctic ice, and it gives off no gross tonnage, doesn't give off any information. Dead weight, nothing. Owner, managers, nothing. The timeline of the vessel, its timeline, nothing. Okay? No hull number, no capacity, no word on contact information, the gearing, nothing. But guess what it does say? It says that this ship is registered in the sovereign state known as Kiribati. Would you believe it? This even gets funnier. So here we go. This is Kiribati. This is a tiny atoll in the South Pacific. It's basically a sand atoll, sand sticking up out of the ocean. And it has 4 villages on it, right? One is called London, one is called Paris, the other is called Poland, and the last one is called Banana, right? So these sand people living out here down in the very southern part of the Pacific Ocean have got ships, and that ship that we were looking at, we'll get back to it in a second, is 560 meters long and 80 meters wide. Now, what on earth is a ship that size registered in this place, doing 300 miles stuck into the ice down in Antarctica? Yeah, so in the details of the ship, basically all you're getting is its length, its width, and where it's registered out of, and nothing else. So let's go and take a little look at what's going on down in Kiribati. Hear this.
A crucial game of geopolitical chess is unfolding in the Pacific Islands. At the center of this game is a small archipelago called Kiribati, which has caught Beijing's attention, it seems. In May, while the pandemic was raging across Europe, US and China decided to open its embassy in Kiribati. It became the 4th nation after Australia, Cuba and New Zealand to do so. China was able to open an embassy thanks to Kiribati's pro-Beijing president, Taneti Mamao. In September 2019, President Mamao led the campaign to switch Kiribati's diplomatic alliance from Taiwan to mainland China. Just last week, President Mamao won the re-election against a candidate who opposed this diplomatic switch. The election was fought around how Chinese funds would be spent by the nation. China's outreach to Kiribati reeks of its debt trap approach. Much like it did in Africa, China will flood Kiribati with credit and take up strategic resources if it fails to repay them. And China says it invested $1.9 million in cash and medical supplies to help the Pacific Island nations combat COVID-19.
Chiang Kai-shek, Ho Chi Minh, Jackie Chan, Chicken Chow Mein. You didn't know I spoke Chinese, did you? So look what's going on down here. Ah, we come to your island. Can we please walk all over you, please? We like to step off our aeroplane and we like to walk on you all the way into town. Yeah? Do you know what's going on here? Do you know what the Chinese are after? They're after the freaking ship's registrar. They're going to walk all over these people. Obviously, they've brought medical supplies down for them so that they can tackle the cold down in that tropical southern Pacific island. They want that place. They want the ship's registry, if they don't have it already. But all these people that make up a carpet, they don't want them. They don't want them there. This is what's going on in the world. People aren't making the connections. China walked in there and handed them $10 billion, right? What are they going to do? Like, run across the sand dunes to one another and wave it at one another? You know? This is what's going on down there. They're going to take over the place. And they come down and they walk all over everybody. And the people lie down and take it. And the government hands the thing over to them. Now, it gets worse. Now, many of you are familiar with this map. This is called the Buddhist Flat Earth map, or something like that, right? Apparently it was found in a Buddhist monastery in Japan. This is a depiction of it. In Japan, and it was published in a Hawaiian newspaper in 1910, right? So, my question is, what was that map doing in Japan or China? I'm not sure which of the two it was found in. But here's what I reckon. The reason why they have this map is because this is where they're from. Somewhere out here. Now, we saw ships off the coast of South Africa heading south. Ships off the coast of South America heading south. So where are they heading? This continent. This one. This one. There are others off the coast, southern coast of Australia. Where are they going? Down here? Down here? What are these ships with 560 meters long and 80 meters wide carrying down there? Huh? I bet you anything that these ships are electric. And I have seen maps supposedly 1,000 years old showing ships with cathodes and anodes on them that far south in the oceans, and they were said to be Chinese ships. And for a long, long time, they're heading in and out and in and out. Yeah. Now, what I would suggest for someone to do who has the time and who has the marine traffic map is to track these ships. See when they disappear off our radar and check when they come back in to our local Earth's radar and try and figure out how long they've been away. To try to figure out what kind of distance they might have traveled. Now, a number of people and I've been listening, 40 years ago I heard this from some people, and then again I heard it recently from David Ewing Jr. in 3 chats that he had with Andreas Exertus. They were mind-blowing. And he reckons that 200 years ago there were no Chinese people up here. And another man told me, and he said it, he didn't tell me personally, I'm sorry, that's not true. Another man, I have heard many people say that another man said that the Chinese were an extraterrestrial race. Extraterrestrial, from where? The extraterra, right? Well, even us, we might be from out here. They might have brought us in here as well. They might have brought all the black people in here as well and stuffed them into Africa. And brought all types of people as orphans in 560 meter long electric ships or whaleback boats and bring us from out here into a newly formed Earth after a reset that's in a mess, that needs slaves, people need to be separated so that they can be used as cannon fodder against one another for future wars. Stuff all the black people into Africa, stuff all the Chinese people into Northern Asia and Japan here. Whereas all of the old photographs even of the Ainu in Japan and the samurai, they're all Caucasian. And the mummies found in China with blonde hair and blue eyes, they're all Caucasian. And David Ewing Jr. shows from some very revealing photographs that the people that they brought into Korea and to China and places like that, they hadn't a clue where they were or what was going on. And that's 100 years ago. Yeah. So, something's going on. Marine traffic map is telling us that ships are heading down out of our realm. Ships registered in a place called Kiribati, a sand atoll with 4 villages in it. Where are you going to go? You're going to go from London to Banana, to Poland, to Paris. You're going to be bored then. Well, if they've 10 billion and you've got new roads and new cars, yeah, you can sell the place out. But something's going on. Marine traffic map doesn't lie. These people are, and I'd say the rest of the world is in on it. Okay? Not just down to the Chinese. They are moving in and out. And there are no photographs of Antarctica. None exist. 0. So, we've been calmed. Anytime we're showing pictures of penguins and stuff like that there, they've probably taken up in Norway or somewhere. So this is what's going on. People of the world need to wake up now.